Unit 9 Notation Writing. Welcome to the lecture series on Carnatic music. In this session, we shall discuss about the notation writing in Carnatic music. Introduction. Notation or musicography is called Sangeet Lipi. It is the method by which the various details about a song are represented on paper. In other words, it is the mode of representing music to the eye. For this purpose, many signs and symbols have been devised, and we are now in a position to represent in notation almost all aspects of music. As a medium of transmission of musical thoughts, notation is indisputably important in helping us recognize many aspects of music. Historically, notation provides us with a perspective on the music of the past, which cannot be heard anymore. Moreover, it helps to increase our knowledge of musical structures, both melodic and rhythmic, throughout history. Before the invention of electrical recording devices, notation served as the only means of access to the various aspects of the music of past generations. Additionally, notation has the ability to store any musical work regardless of its acceptance or rejection by contemporary audiences. The musical work is available on paper, even if it is not present in the people's minds. Prior to the use of notation, a song existed only as long as people kept singing it. But once notations originated, it enabled every composer to dictate his musical thoughts to the performer over the ages and across borders as well. Notation and its uses. Notation is of great use in the preservation of the musical compositions composed by our Vagyakaras to posterity. The song written in notation will be helpful to recall to one's memory the song which one had learnt long back and forgotten. In Indian music, an artist has to render a song only from memory, unlike a musician of the Western music who looks into notation while performing. The practice of singing Swara passages written in notation enables a student of music to improve his Swara Jnana. In India, music is taught only through oral teaching. The microtones, quarter tones, and subtle nuances of our Carnatic music can be perceived only if a student learns directly from a guru. Therefore, notation will not be of much use to a beginner who has just started his musical training. However, notation will be useful at a later stage when one acquires sufficient knowledge in music. Then only he will be able to present the compositions with the bhava implied in the song and sing the compositions published with notation. There are two principal systems of notation: script notation or sargam notation, which is used to represent Indian music; staff notation, which is used to represent Western music. In staff notation, the music is written on 5 parallel lines called staff, and the musical notes are written on the lines and in the space between the lines. Key signatures and time signatures are written on the musical staff, which indicates the variety of the note taken by the scale and the rhythm of the song respectively. But in Indian music, though the song is written in a single line, all the details regarding the song are represented by using various signs and symbols. The name of the ragam and the name of the tala are written on the top. They serve the same purpose as that of key signature and time signature used in Western music. Script notation or sargam notation. The signs and symbols used in this system of notation may be classified as follows. Those which indicate the melodic aspect of music, tala or musical time, and other details. Signs and symbols pertaining to the melodic aspect of music. Regarding the melodic aspect of music, the following have to be indicated. Duration of a note or kala pramana, the sthai to which it belongs, the variety of the note, and other details. Duration. To write a song in notation, the swaras may be written as sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, dropping the vowel in the solfa syllables used in music. These represent one aksharakala or one unit of time. The swaras may be represented in Tamil as. Similarly, in other Indian languages also, the same method should be adopted. The short syllable of the Indian script is called Hrishvaswara in the languages like Sanskrit, Telugu, etc., and Kuril in Tamil. The long syllable of the Indian script is called Dirghaswara or Nedil in Tamil. They represent notes of the duration of two aksharakalas. The duration of a note may be increased by adding commas or semicolons. If a comma is placed after a note, the duration is increased by one aksharakala or one unit of time. If a semicolon is placed after a note, the duration is increased by two aksharakalas or 2 units of time. Thus, required number of commas and semicolons may be added. Dirghaswaras may also be represented by using only small letters and adding required number of commas and semicolons instead of using capital letters as follows. Sometimes, swaras have to be sung in faster tempo, that is, for a duration of one aksharakala sung in the first degree of speed, that is the Prathamakala. 2 notes have to be sung in the second degree of speed, that is Dvitiyakala, and 4 notes in the third degree of speed, that is Tritiyakala, and 8 in the fourth degree of speed, that is Chaturkala. These degrees of speed or kala are the relative degrees of speed. If 2 notes are sung to a unit time in the Prathamakala or the first degree of speed, 4 notes are to be sung in the second degree of speed or Dvitiyakala, and so on. These various degrees of speed are indicated by writing horizontal lines above the notes as follows. The horizontal lines written above the swaras divides the duration of each note into half. Thus, if one line is written above the 8 swaras or 8 aksharakalas, each one of the swara or aksharakala will have the value of half aksharakala. Therefore, the total value of 8 swaras or aksharakalas will be 4 aksharakalas. For example, sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa is equal to 8 akshara with a line on top. Sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa is 4 akshara. If two horizontal lines are written above the 8 swaras or akshara, the value of each note is reduced to 1/4. Therefore, the total value of 8 swaras or akshara will be 2 akshara. Example. If 3 horizontal lines are written above the 8 swaras or akshara, the value of each note is reduced to 1/8. Therefore, the total of 8 swaras or akshara will be 1 akshara. For example, sometimes the horizontal lines are placed below the swaras, but if the horizontal lines are placed above the swaras, there will be uniformity of space between the swara and sahitya, especially when 2 or 3 horizontal lines are used. Sthai. Sthai or octave is the pitch of the notes. The swaras starting with madhyasthai shadja up to that of nishada of the same sthai is called madhyasthai. The swaras of this sthai are written as sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni without any sign. The swaras of the higher octave starting with tarasthai shadja up to that of nishada of that sthai is called tarasthai or hechasthai. This is indicated by putting a dot above the swaras as follows. The octave higher to this sthai starting with shadja up to nishada is called antarasthai, and these swaras are indicated by putting 2 dots above the swaras, as in. Similarly, the 7 swaras of the lower octave starting with nishada, which is just below madhyasthai shadja, up to shadja of the lower octave is called mandrasthai or taggasthai, and it is indicated by putting 1 dot below the swaras, as in. The 7 swaras of still lower octave starting with nishada just below that of mandarasthai shadja is called anumandarasthai, and this is indicated by putting 2 dots below the swaras, as in. The 5 sthais may be written as follows. Atitarasthai, tarasthai, madhyasthai, mandrasthai, anumandarasthai. The range of a normal voice is usually 2 to 2.5 octaves. The range of flute and nagaswaram is also 2.5 octaves. But in instruments like veena, the range is 3.5 octaves, and in violin, it is about 4 octaves. Variety of the swara. The name of the ragam mentioned on the top of a song gives clue to the variety of the swaras taken by a particular ragam. But they may be indicated by using the numerals 1, 2, and 3, or by using the vowel change in the name. In this session, we have seen the symbols for notating sthai, swara, and swara duration. In the next session, we shall continue to discuss about notation with respect to other details pertaining to the melodic aspect of music. Thank you.